Thanks for watching my revision of my American history notes. I'm going to talk about Native Americans in colonial America, and I'm also going to talk about slavery, but not all at one time today. So let's begin with Acts 17:26. It says, "And hath made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitation." Now, relations with the Native American inhabitants of the English colonies in America were inconsistent, to say the least. There were negotiations to secure land for the colonists from the Indians whose idea of ownership of land often did not include exclusive rights to the land, although this varied from tribe to tribe and region to region. The Indians were sometimes cheated out of their land, and the more sedentary Indians suffered along with the hunter-gatherer, as the former lost land for cultivation of their crop, and the latter lost the hunting range. A disaster for both. Now, there were men like Roger Williams who insisted upon a fair exchange when land was to be purchased, and men like Eleazar Wheelock, who founded the Ivy League's Dartmouth College to bring Christianity to Native Americans. But a great many colonists, particularly in the New England area, viewed themselves as a type of New Israel and the Indian as a type of Canaanite who were to be driven out. There are recorded instances of Indians being shot as nothing better than wild dogs, and arguments were held on whether or not an Indian or an African slave even had a soul. As a result of the tensions resulting from the need for more arable, farmable land and land for new towns and settlements, there were many open conflicts in colonial America against Indian populations, and sometimes military actions were executed with Indian allies either against other Indians or against the colonies of other European countries. Now, I did mention the 1622 Indian massacre at Jamestown that led to reprisals by colonists against the native inhabitants. Between 1675 and 1676, Susquehannock warriors crossed the Potomac River into Virginia and conducted a long series of raids, even fighting back a joint Virginia-Maryland force at Piscataway Creek. The raiding intensified and many frontier homes were abandoned. Critics of Governor Berkeley attacked his refusal to send a punitive force and accused him of having a personal interest in the fur trade and not wanting to upset the Indians. Now we come to Bacon's Rebellion. In 1676, Nathaniel Bacon, a civilian, sick of Berkeley's lack of action, and he wasn't in the nobility, he wasn't just a common man, led a force to the Roanoke River and destroyed a band of Susquehannocks. He was labeled a traitor and arrested, but eventually pardoned by Berkeley. Bacon then marched on Jamestown with a force of 500 men and demanded a commission as a military officer. Again, he was declared a traitor, but with Berkeley unable to get military support against him, the governor fled. In September of 1676, this all started in May. The insurgents ousted Berkeley's troops and burned Jamestown. A month later, Bacon died of malaria, and with his sudden death, the rebellion fell apart, with the result being the execution of 22 insurgents and Berkeley being censured by the crown. So we'll talk about New England and the Pequot War next. Thank you for watching this. I hope you'll click like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing what you have to say. If you want to disagree with me about something, some point of fact, just provide your citations. Thank you.